Hi all. I come across a unique in-game study and thought of sharing with you all why to play and win this game. So this is some kind of unnatural position which may occur in the real game. So trying such kind of puzzle uh, will sharpen our mind and give out of box thinking. So those who want to solve it, you can pause the video and try it yourself. Congratulations, those who found the answer. So right now, before making any move, let's analyze the position. White is having two of the pawns out of white is having two of the pawns, and black is also having two of the pawns, and both the sides are having a minor piece. And white knight is better. The reason is black bishop, dark square bishop is not having much hope until the diagonal is locked up by f6 pawn, and white is having a pawn which is getting very near to the promotion rank, and black king is within the triangle so easily can catch up the pawn, which is the next threat for white. So uh, uh, there is a method called deflection, which white will apply right now to stop the to stop capturing the pawn. White will play knight d4. So this is a multi-purpose move. Right now, black cannot capture the a5 pawn. The reason is b5 square is controlled by knight, and b6 square is controlled by pawn, and the nearby c6 square is also controlled. So it is kind of a box formation is happened, and black king cannot get cross over this line. So, and also the next move, white is threatening a fork at d6. So so the bishop is also going to get captured. So what if king is capturing the knight? That way the black king is coming out of the triangle, and it will be difficult to capture this pawn. The bishop is also will be very late by the time it is jumping into f7 square, and coming back to c5 to stop the pawn. By the time the pawn will get promoted. So this move serves the complete purpose. Black cannot move anywhere by the king, and this pawn is stopped. And this pawn is also he cannot make. The reason is still the fork remains at e6. So the only best move is to making some move with the bishop to getting out of the fork. So what are all the possible options black is having? One is bishop f8 and h8, and then h6. What will let's see one by one all the variations. What if a bishop is playing f8? Still the fork remains same. So bishop f8 is getting out of the option. What if bishop is getting into um, h6 square? So this is a tricky move, which white should be handling careful, because there is a long diagonal which is available for the bishop right now. So white will, but white still having a fantastic idea to um, to watch the all the squares in this dark square diagonal. Okay, white will give the answer as king f3. That way, king will be covering the e3 and f4 f4 squares. So uh, black is left out with only g g5 and c1 and d2 diagonals. So still uh, So the next move, black supposed to so the next move, black cannot play with uh, black cannot play with the pawn promotion because white knight will immediately capture it, and king cannot make any move. So only possible option is moving the bishop. Already we have seen these are all the squares are controlled by white. So let's see one by one what other what are all the problem with other squares. Bishop playing king d2, which will lead to a 4 cut b3. So this square is indirectly controlled by knight. Let's see the next option. What if bishop playing c1? Still the fork remains same. So these two squares are indirectly controlled by knight. And this square is already controlled by king, we have seen, including this square. So the left out squares are bishop g5. So right now white will simply play knight e6, and black must capture the pawn, and it will be too late. Knight will capture the bishop, and after capturing the pawn, uh, after capturing the knight, and it is easy for white to capture these two pawns, and promoting this pawn. By the time black king capture this pawn and rushing into the h8 square, this pawn would have get promoted. So let's go back to the initial position. So the bishop h6 move, it's completely meaningless. The reason is white is having the beautiful replay of king h3, and which is completely winning for white. So the next possible variation is playing bishop h8. Right now right now white is having a fantastic idea of blocking the f5 square. This way this pawn will be blocked, and this escaping g7 square is controlled by knight. So right now black don't have much of the option, because this pawn is very near to the promotion rank. So black must rush in to capture the pawn. Let's see the variation. Black is trying king b5 to capture the pawn. White will simply go get into g3 square, and after capturing the pawn, white will capture it, and black will rush into the king side where the entire game is going on, and white will get into h4, and black will come to c5, and this this. So right now the g7 square is guarded by king, and uh, black will get into attacking the knight, but nothing will happen. White will simply move the pawn, and black supposed to play the silly moves like king d6 and pawn push, and after playing this, uh, you know these are all the squares are already controlled by white. So black should make some meaningless moves like king d7. But if this king is getting out of attacking the out of a knight attack, then white king will jump into h7 and capture this bishop and easily promote this pawn and win the game. Thanks for watching this video.